Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Almost 20 years after the Babri Masjid in Ayodhya was demolished on 6 December 1992, the Special CBI Court in Lucknow Wednesday will pronounce its verdict in the case against 32 people, including former Deputy Prime Minister L.K. Advani, former Uttar Pradesh CM Kalyan Singh, BJP leader Murli Manohar Joshi, Uma Bharti, Vinay Katyar and Sakshi Maharaj among others for conspiring and demolishing the masjid. The CBI court verdict comes 10 months after the Supreme Court in November last year gave the entire land to the Hindus while reserving 5 acres for the Muslims elsewhere. Earlier on 5th August, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Uttar Pradesh CM Yogi Adityanath and key sadhus had participated in a Bhumi Pujan for the groundbreaking ceremony of a Gagan Chumbi or sky-kissing temple that will be built on the exact spot Lord Ram is believed to have been born. The decade-long trial went in a snail's pace for all these years at the Ayodhya Prakaran courtroom number 18, tucked away in a forgotten corner of Lucknow's old High Court building. Even after the Supreme Court on 19 April 2017 ordered that it be heard on a day-to-day basis and that the judge hearing the case would not be transferred or retired. Since the trial comes to an end, the print takes you back to what the criminal case against these 32 accused is, what was the evidence, what led to a delay, and how the trial panned out in the last 28 years. Soon after the destruction of the masjid in 1992, Uma Bharti, along with senior BJP leaders L.K. Advani and Murli Manohar Joshi, as well as middle-ranking leaders like Vinay Katyar, Ashok Singhal, Giriraj Kishore, Vishnu Hari Dalmia and Sadhvi Ritambara, had been charged with raising slogans like Ek Dhakka Aur Do, Babri Masjid Tod Do, and Masjid Girao, Mandir Banao, Babar Ki Aulad Ko Pakistan Bhagao, making incendiary speeches and criminal conspiracy. Another FIR was registered against lakhs of car sevaks who were unknown, who had climbed on top of the mosque to smash it with hammers and axes. While Vishnu Hari Dalmia and Giriraj Kishore have since died, the criminal case in a Lucknow district court has been moving very slowly. The CBI had filed comprehensive charge sheets in the case and supported this with strong videographic and oral evidence. But the trial was still being delayed at the charge framing stage as the accused challenged the same in a higher court and got a stay. When the trial finally resumed, many witnesses were untraceable, others unwilling to appear in the court, while the voluminous evidence had rotted over time. Since 2010, several CBI teams have travelled the length and breadth of the country to trace the 1,026 witnesses, which includes mostly journalists and policemen, and issue summons to them, asking them to come and depose in the court to establish the criminal conspiracy case against the BJP and VHP leaders. Out of the thousands, however, only 350 witnesses came to the court to give their statements. Documentary evidence, which includes the newspaper reports, photographs and videos on U-matic video cassettes that were shot on 6 December 1992 by journalists covering the incident in Ayodhya too, is said to play a very important role in the case and hence the verdict. On 9th November last year, the Supreme Court gave the entire land to the Hindus while reserving 5 acres for the Muslims elsewhere. According to the Supreme Court verdict, one reason to hand over the disputed land on which the Babri Masjid once stood to the Hindu groups lies not just in the antiquity angle, but also because there was continuous prayer outside the imagined shrine by devotees, even when a mosque and not a temple stood on the revered site. Before this, in 2010, the Allahabad High Court in a 2:1 majority had ruled three-way division of the disputed area between the Sunni Waqf Board, the Nirmohi Akhada and the Ramlalla Virajman. In 2011, however, appeals were filed in the Supreme Court challenging this verdict, and as parties prayed that equal division of land was neither acceptable nor prayed for, following which the Supreme Court stayed the High Court's verdict. Finally, in February 2018, the Supreme Court began hearing civil appeals to the 2010 High Court verdict. Judge S.K. Yadav retired on September 30th last year after hearing the case for 4 long years, but was then given an extension till April 2020. He was then further given an extension and he'll be the one pronouncing the verdict on 30th September. What now remains to be seen is whether the Supreme Court's noting that the act of demolition was a violation will impact the judgment or not. While the prosecution has said in its final arguments that since the demolition is an act of violation, the accused who conspired to do it be punished, the defense has cited Supreme Court's final comments of the land belonging to the Hindu claimants. For more ground reports on this, please log on to the Print's website and also follow us on social media. This is Ananya Bharadwaj for The Print.